Hola, guys. I'm struggling with some allergies, so bear with me. I am perfectly okay. Y'all know if I'm sitting up in here, it's because we're going to talk. I wanted to do a little catch up with you guys before any of the haulage of it all. Where did I put y'all? Okay, anywho, let's deal right away with my reunion with my big dude. What the heck? Why are y'all over there? Um, he has been home for a week. It was a week Saturday. He's here until Friday night. He flies out Saturday, so I have him for a few more days. It is New Year's Eve, Tuesday. Um, I'm going to be very, very honest with you guys. Uh, the reunion at the airport, of course, was awesome. Once I found him, I couldn't find him. I was on the wrong level of the airport, and by the time I made my way to him, I had been stopped like 20 friggin' times by people asking where the nearest food kiosk was or where gate this or that was. And I'm like, folks, I don't work here. Why are you insisting on asking me? So by the time we spoke and I knew more or less where I was going in the airport to meet him, I was already frustrated. So when this young man approaches me and says, "Excuse me," and starts walking towards me, I was frustrated. I was upset. I'm trying to find my kid, okay? So I give this guy a death stare and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Mom, hello?" I didn't recognize him. He is more handsome than when he left. He left a little chubby cheeked guy. Even at his AIT graduation, he still had a baby look to him, a young kid look to him. Now he's a grown man and he was dressed different style wise and just friggin' handsome and stunning. Just a grown man standing in front of me. It wasn't until I looked at his eyes that I realized who it was, and then I fell apart. But I think it was good that I didn't know where he was. I think it was good that I had got lost in the airport because had I seen him where I thought he was going to come through, I probably would have passed out. I mean, I was so anxious and my heart was beating so fast and my knees were so wiggly that I think the distraction of not knowing where he was good. So we came home, and of course, I'm happy to have him home, and he's found his niche back at home. It took him a little bit to feel comfortable. The reunion between the boys honestly wasn't what I expected. I expected hugs and kisses and tossing of little brothers up in the air. My mommy heart, that's what I wanted. But Caleb, with his autism, was very awkward, very, very shy. And Big Dude picked up on that. And I didn't understand that Big Dude had picked up on that until Little Dude left with his dad this Saturday for New Year's with him. And it had been bugging me. It had been kind of hurting me that they weren't connecting. I mean, they were speaking to each other and we were having meals together and we were going out together, but they hadn't connected like they used to. And of course, my anxiety kicks in and I'm like, oh my gosh, they don't like each other. They don't want to be around each other. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So when little dude left, I asked my big dude, I said, do you feel awkward around him? Do you not like him? I mean, my mommy heart was just perplexed, okay? And he's like, no, I just noticed how shy he was. I didn't want to make him uncomfortable. So, you know, I just kind of stood back a little bit and kind of tried to gauge how little dude was feeling. So, okay, at least I knew it wasn't that they hated each other and they didn't want to be around each other. They were both trying to feel each other out. Little dude did want to be close to him, of course. He would ask me to ask him things, very, very shy. And then I had to understand there's been a 3 year absence. They haven't seen each other for 3 years, and there is a very large age gap between them both. Michael's been through his things, and Caleb's has been through his things. So the reunion wasn't all butterflies and rainbows like I expected, but at the end of the day, they do care about each other, do love each other still. They were just a little awkward with one another. We did have that week together. Like I said, little dude is with his dad until Sunday, spending New Year's this year with him. And Big Dude and I have been talking, catching up. He's not very social, never has been, honestly. So anytime I say, you want to go here, you want to go there, I feel like I'm kind of forcing him, so I don't push it. He's never been that way. He's not much of a social butterfly. He's much more, hey, let's go out to eat, let's sit around here, let's watch some movies. That's bullcrap around here. Um, he is sleeping a lot. He is on Hawaii time. But he did say, because I was worried again that he's bored and I'm not doing enough for him on his time back home, and he's like, Mom, I'm good. I'm spending time with you. We're catching up. We're doing our thing, but he's resting. He goes, I don't rest like this at work, is what he calls it. I don't rest like this at work. I've slept more here than I have, he said, ever since the army. So I said, okay, as long as I know that you're not bored, as long as I know that you're not regretting having gotten on that plane and coming home wanting to pull your eyelashes out of your head, as long as you're happy, content, and feel at home, that's all that matters. And he's like, yep. So I said, okay. So right now he is napping. He reminds me so much of the teenage years. Like, he comes, he eats, we talk, and then he plays video games and then knocks out. He has visited with his friends some. I thought for sure that he was gonna go out New Year's Eve with them, but he's like, nah, it's just not his thing. He's never been that way. He's never been very peoply. And as I get older, I get it. But yeah, right now he's crashed out. I was about to crash out because my allergies are just so ridiculous right now. It's 30 in the morning and then 6 in the afternoon, and nature is confused, okay? But bees are still buzzing around, friggin' flowers are still blooming. It's a mess. There's all kind of crap in the air. So I popped a Benadryl because my face felt like there were ants on it, like my ears and on my sinuses and stuff. And Benadryl does a number on me. It knocks me out. But I'm like, no, I want to come on and visit with you guys before midnight because I know I'll be asleep. And then I wanted to do this haul. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions or advice, maybe some of you guys have kids who have an age gap. Maybe some of you are military moms and dads that have had that kind of reunion with your kids after so long. Like I said, I feel pretty confident that it was just a 3-year gap of awkwardness. And little dude's autism did play into it, but I am very confident that they were happy with one another. They did spend enough time together. It's just, like I said, in your mommy heart, you picture these reunions to be all glitter and, leprechauns with tap shoes on. And sometimes it's not, but it wasn't bad. It's not bad at all. But yeah, if any of you guys have ever experienced something like this, share with me. Let me know that it's okay that we're not going out every day and hugging and having background music in the background playing. Let me know that that's perfectly normal and perfectly fine. What else is going on? Okay, little dude. Okay, let's dip into this. Little dude is with his dad for New Year's, and after the fiasco of him losing weight, if you guys remember that issue, he lost weight, a lot of weight, when he was with him over Thanksgiving break. And I was hesitant to send him for Christmas, but I had already made up my mind that if he came back having lost weight from Thanksgiving, I was going to end up having to go and have visitation modified, get courts involved. So after Thanksgiving, I started calling an attorney that I've spoken to on and off throughout the years, just with, random questions about visitation. And she basically told me I have to establish a pattern of neglect. I have to let him go for Christmas break. She doesn't want me to deny visitation because then I would be going against the court order. She said if there is no fear of his being physically abused, if there's no drug, she ran down the list. If there's not any drug use in the house, he's not being physically abused, he's not being threatened, he's not, if none of that is happening, but there is issue with his medical situation not being taken care of the way it's supposed to be, I have to establish a pattern of neglect, which I think sucks, which I think the family court system sucks. They're basically saying your kid has to suffer before the court will step in and consider any type of modification. Thankfully, my child is not being abused. My child is not being, physically hurt to that extent. But she says I had to let him go, monitor his weight, keep record of everything. She had me weigh him before he left. Um, I mean, she just went down this list of things for me to do before the visit, things to do in preparation for the visit, pictures, notes, video, all this type of thing. And then when he comes back, we're gonna weigh him. When he comes back the next morning, I weigh him, and if he has lost any weight, significant in, but according to his GI, then I have a leg to stand on in court, and I can get visitation modified. I have spoken to him every night. It's only Tuesday, so he left Saturday. He was gone Sunday and Monday night, so today's only Tuesday. And I miss him. I wish I had the boys together. He won't be here to say goodbye to Big Dude. That was a huge argument that his dad and I had. His dad um kicked his heels in and said, well, it's my visitation and I don't have to bring him back. And I was like, you're absolutely correct. So I had been willing to let him pick him up on Friday the 27th as opposed to the 28th at noon. I had agreed to that because he kept going on and on about how important it was that little dude be with him on Saturday. I suspected he and the girlfriend were going to get married, and I was right. So he wanted him there Friday night to be ready for Saturday. But when he went off on me about how, again, with these false accusations of my always denying visitation and my refusing to let him go, I'm like, where? When and where, dude? When and where, since this visitation has been put into place, have I denied visitation with the exception of one time when there was ice on the ground and you insisted on driving over here to pick him up? That's the one time in 6 years that visitation has been enforced that I have straight out denied. Any other time, it's because he's been sick and you have agreed that he needs to stay home, or you have to work, or you don't have anyone to watch him. So there's always a reason behind him not going, or you and your famous no call, no shows. So we argued about that, and I just finally got fed up. I said, I'm being accused of not compromising. I'm being accused of interfering in their relationship. I'm being accused of not letting him go with him on visitation repeatedly. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, fine. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and defend myself against all this bull crap, all these lies. You know what? Let's just stop. Let's just stick to visitation the way it's supposed to be. I know I said you could pick him up on the 27th to have him there with you on the 28th, but since I'm so inconsiderate and so unwilling to compromise, let's just stick to the visitation, pick him up the 28th at noon per court order. So I picked him up at 12. Kept sending me text messages. I'm going to be there at 12 sharp. I'm going to be there at 12 noon sharp. He better be ready. He didn't show up till 2. Guess who has that recorded? Okay. Via phone call, via text, and via a little video of him leaving and a pan up to the clock. I'm prepping myself for court is what's happening. I can't do this for 8 more years. I can't. And I'm tired of being accused of doing stuff that I don't do. I'm tired of being the bad guy. And I suspected that they were going to get married, just based on the way he was acting. And sure enough, they got married. So now, if you guys remember any of that conversation and the run-ins the girlfriend and I have had, she's crossed boundaries a lot. They both seem to feel that when they're a couple, they have a right to attack me, and that they somehow have more pull in the parent-child relationship, that them being a couple kind of makes them better than me or gives them a little more ground than me. So I knew if these two fools ever get married, oh my goodness gracious, they're gonna think they're the world's gift to parenting and the world's example, and they're gonna come after me hard. So I was prepping myself, and sure enough, they got married. I found out because one of my friends is spying on Facebook, and she could not resist to tell me. But I'm like, okay, well, I wish them luck. I wish them luck on that cluster screw of a relationship, but I wish them luck. At the end of the day, no matter how much that girl gets on my nerves, she is really good to Caleb. She's very sweet to Caleb. And when his dad gives her enough information, she takes care of him to the T. She does, mind you. She does. But a lot of times, his dad just doesn't give her the information. doesn't relay the information or forgets to give her the information. So she can only do so much, you know. But like I said, at the end of the day, she is very good to Caleb and they get along. So I wish her luck. Oh my goodness, I wish her luck. I dodged that bullet 10 years ago, guys. This poor girl. Granted, she ain't all that innocent. They've had their issues back and forth, but I wish her luck. She's going to carry the load in that marriage. I bet it's going to be like a 90-10 situation. But anywho, that's them. And that's just a little insight on that. That's what's going on there. Work. I can't remember where we were with work. I remember telling y'all that it hadn't changed, and it hasn't. The doctor only recently, within the last 2 weeks, finally started signing paperwork that I needed, and that was because lots and lots of representatives from Medicare and home health agencies have come in and basically refused to leave the clinic until they get signatures or an explanation as to why things aren't being signed. So he finally, last week, as a matter of fact, started signing off paperwork. We're still not even close to being where we need to be compliant, but it's something. And I'm just grinning and bearing it. You know, I'm just grinning and bearing it. When they're happy, I'm happy. When they're angry, I'm angry. That's just the way it is. But for right now, work is work. It's a job. It's somewhere to go from 8 to 4:30 and somewhere to make a check. Trying to think if there's anything else. No, not much else. I wanted to catch y'all up. I guess that's it. Yeah, my kiddo's home, the little weird reunion, him being gone, my having to prep for court and visitation modification, um, and work still being health wise, I'm good. Health wise, did I tell you guys there are cysts in my thyroid, but they're benign, so I don't have to worry about that unless they start to grow and start causing other issues. I don't have to worry about that. I'm trying my best to keep track of my medication, but again, since Big Dude's been home, I am again forgetting to take my medication, even though I carry it with me. I am forgetting. I'm trying to do better. I thought there was more drama, but I guess not. And I guess that's a good thing. I guess it's a good thing that there's not a whole lot of drama as I'm growing a third chin. I'm breaking out like a mofo, y'all. Anywho, but yeah, I just wanted to catch up. If you guys remember anything or want to ask me anything, maybe I forgot something that you all were like, hey, you said you were going to talk to us about blah, blah, blah. And y'all remember and I haven't tapped on it. Ask away. Let me know and I can answer you guys. But yeah, I mean, thanks for you guys for checking on us and wondering where the heck we were. That's how come I put that the little message just yesterday because I was getting a lot of hello, where are you? Are you okay? Is everything okay? And I didn't want you guys to worry. So that's how come I put up that picture of the boys and an explanation as to where I was. But yeah, I miss you guys. So I'm going to get up out of this bathroom and go to a haul. I wanted to show you what we got for Christmas, but Big Dude has his stuff. Little Dude took some of his stuff to his daddy's house, and some of his stuff is already in his room. So I'm going to show you guys what I got for Christmas. And I kind of feel some kind of way about those kind of videos because I always feel like they're braggy, and I'm not braggy. I just want to show y'all because it's like a haul. It's a gift haul. But I always feel some kind of way about those types of videos. Not that I get like a Mercedes Benz or you know, anything like that, but I don't know. I just feel some kind of way. But it is a haul, and I know that's what we in our little world do. We share what we buy. So I'll show you guys that. And then I went thrifting like crazy. I hit the thrift store hard after 2 months of not thrifting and found some really cute stuff that I'm going to show you guys. So, like I said, if I left out anything or y'all just want to know something, ask me in the comments. And I'm trying so hard to be good on these comments and get back on the comments, but just been busy the last few weeks. I know you guys understand. But anywho, before this Benadryl kicks my booty and I lie down and I'm out before midnight, I want to say I missed y'all. Happy New Year. If you guys are going out this evening, if you guys are already out and happen to be watching me in between, please be careful, guys. Don't drink and drive. Don't be very aware that there are a bunch of idiots out there who are going to be drinking and driving. Um, be a defensive driver. Be on the lookout for stupid people out on the road. Be very, very good. Be very, very careful. If you're going to drink, drink with people you trust. Okay? Especially younger people watching. If you're going to go out there and drink, drink only with people you trust that are going to make sure you get home safe. My ladies, if you go out with a bunch of girlfriends, do not go out with girlfriends who will leave you tipsy and let you go out or go home or walk away or leave the club with some dude. Don't do it. If those are the types of friends you're going out with, stay home, okay? Trust me. Trust who you drink with. Trust who you go out with. You have to. I don't care how long you've known these girls. Everybody has that one friend who, well, I'm not your mama, girl. You go do what you're going to do. And then something happens to you. No. Trust who you go out with. Know who you go out with. Know who you drink with. Drink responsibly. Be careful. And I will see y'all here in just a little bit once I get settled in there with all that stuff. And I'd like to introduce y'all to my little princess, our new little black beauty, who is now officially adopted. I didn't flush that. I recently fixed my toilet. Y'all see how good a job I did. It drips a little and then it I wasn't doing anything funny from the waist down, I promise. But anywho, I will see you guys in just a little bitty bit. Let me go get organized. Yes. Until then, I love y'all. Happy New Year.